Well, folks, reply to that. Let me get a key takeaway from everybody on what we've talked about in the last hour. Cristy, let me start with you, please.
I think, to me, the most significant aspect of these regulations is the failure for the regs to allow the cost offset. So I'd be in that, I think, 24% bucket, because it really is getting to the result where you're recognizing more revenue for tax than you are for book. And so I would encourage companies to lobby, to write their congressman, to write the Treasury. I know there are a lot of other groups and practitioners and others that are intending to comment, but it gets to, in my view, kind of an uneconomic result, which doesn't seem consistent with the policy of book tax conformity and recognizing revenue no later than book. Now we're recognizing revenue in advance of book.
Mike?
Well, when we first read the statute, we were concerned that it could be interpreted very broadly to really sort of undo the OID rules. That if books was accruing something faster than tax was over a shorter period, suddenly I had to look at every single instrument and dig through it, and it could be really quite complex. I think we're happy to see that Treasury and the IRS took a step back and greatly narrowed the types of instruments that it's going to apply to, and that even took a further step back and are going to do some thinking about what else besides credit card fees should be covered. And so I think the narrowing of the scope or the clarifying of the scope was something very that I was happy to see and something I've taken away from it.
Great. Kate?
I would just say to really consider whether or not you want to rely on these proposed regulations. There are some helpful rules that maybe taxpayers really care about, the carving out of OID and calling that a special method, or excluding contingent income, but then there's some unfavorable rules, right? Like the lack of a cost offset. So I think it really depends on your facts and circumstances. So just try to think hard, long and hard about whether or not you want to adopt those proposed regs, because once you do, you are required to apply all of those applicable rules.
Great. Cristy, Michael, Kate, thank you very much.